Football, the beautiful game, has witnessed countless unforgettable matches throughout its history, from iconic World Cup finals to legendary rivalries, last-minute goals that left fans breathless to stunning upsets that defied all odds. These are the most unforgettable matches in football history. Number 7. Barcelona versus PSG. It was the second leg of the 2016-17 UEFA Champions League round of 16. Barcelona versus PSG. The Spanish Kings were faced with a nearly impossible to overturn 4-0 deficit played out a week ago in Paris. Nobody gave the men a chance. It wasn't possible for these men to score 5 goals without conceding any. With 0% chance and 100% faith, the men from Spain stepped onto the pitch. Now it seemed as though the impossible could be possible, but Cavani had other ideas.
The long ball forward, falls to the spot, oh, it's a goal!
Oh, damn! The mountain just got higher. Due to the away goal rules, Barcelona had to score 3 more goals. And with time running out, the 83rd minute recorded a goal! At 5-1, 1 more goal was needed. Last chance, PSG concedes a last-second long-range free kick. The crowd goes wild. Sergio Roberto with the last kick of the game. Barcelona does the impossible. A great match. The men from Spain felt like gods. No one could conquer them, but they forgot. Even gods could sometimes be defeated. Because in our next match, the life lesson was taught that tables do change. Number 6. Liverpool versus Barcelona. 7th of May 2019, the second leg of the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Liverpool truly needed a miracle to qualify for the semi-final. The team was thrashed by Messi and the men from Spain and Barcelona 3-0. Surely there was no way Liverpool was going to score 4 goals without the GOAT, Lionel Messi, hitting the back of the net. A toothless Liverpool team without their star man, Mohamed Salah, welcomed Barcelona to Anfield. Goodness gracious! The unthinkable, the unbelievable. Liverpool defeated Barcelona with 4 wonderful goals. Anfield soared as Messi and the men from Spain buried their heads in shame. Jurgen Klopp was asked, "How were you and your boys able to pull out that miracle?" Klopp replied saying, "Oh wow, well the true secret is we subscribe to Kicker World for the biggest secrets and greatest stories in football. Now you know what to do to be able to conquer all." Like and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell as we go on to the next unforgettable football match. A fairy tale story was about to happen as this team was about to win the ultimate prize in their home. Little did they know that Germans hated fairy tales. Number 5. Brazil versus Germany. So the stage was set. It was the 2014 FIFA World Cup semi-final in Brazil. The home country was on a brilliant run to lift the World Cup trophy. No team could match this Brazilian team. They were simply unstoppable as the universe aligned in their favor. But then they had to face the German side without their star man, Neymar Jr. The fans cheered with joy, and within the first 30 minutes, they got their biggest shock.
Through, Germany score! It's exactly what Brazil was dreading.
What just happened? The Brazilian national team just gave their nation the most horrific scene right in front of them all. 5 goals in the first half, and it was done. Brazil is out. It couldn't get worse. That was truly horrific. A football story the Brazilians would never tell their kids of. Nevertheless, the kids would know because this was a match no one will ever forget. Germany humiliated Brazil 7-1 in Brazil. The Germans, man, were cruel. Soon, humiliation became their identity, but the world didn't get that message till an unforgettable night in Spain. Number 4. Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. The men from Spain were on a quest to redeem their image in Europe after they'd been humiliated by Liverpool the previous season. This year, they just had to win the Champions League trophy. There was no better prize to give the fans. It was a dream certain to come true until they welcomed Bayern Munich to the Nou Camp. Embarrassing! This is an even more humiliating scoreline than the previous season. The home fans left the stadium even at the final whistle, but it wasn't over. Disgraceful, heart-shattering. Coutinho, who was on loan from Barcelona, scored a brace to seal the embarrassment at 8-2. Damn! At least Barcelona could claim they were defeated by a powerhouse team. It said only a lion can kill a lion, right? Liverpool would surely disagree because in our next unforgettable match, when they faced an inferior team, the unimaginable happened. Number 3, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. The 2021 Premier League season gave the world its first closed-door competition. No fans, just 2 teams in an empty stadium due to the COVID pandemic. And that year also proved to be the first of many as Aston Villa did wonders when Liverpool visited. Wow! 4-1 at halftime? No one, and I mean no one, saw that coming. However, this is Liverpool, and if there's a team that can overturn this scoreline in the next half, it's definitely Liverpool. And with all the promises of more surprises, the second half didn't disappoint. 7-2? 7-2? Liverpool, the Giants of England, were thrashed 7-2 by Aston freaking Villa. That's one game we would never forget. And that wasn't going to be the last incredible, unforgettable football match the 2020-21 pandemic season would engrave in the sands of time. Next up, we have a match where the away team is on a terrible run of form and are hosted in the mightiest fortress in England. Any team that comes to visit goes home crying. That was the storied build-up as Manchester United faced Tottenham Hotspur in the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. Number 2, Manchester United versus Tottenham. Even though there weren't any fans in the stadium, the Theatre of Dreams remained an almighty fortress. No team is going there and coming out victorious. And as expected, the Red Devils were off to a flying start. But what happens next leaves everyone speechless. Wow, that was unexpected. What just happened? Spurs have mugged United. It's 4-1. Could United reduce the damage in the second half? Ha! Even the most sacred fortress gets dismantled. A game that deserves all adoration. Tottenham Hotspur rips United to shreds on the road. An incredible night. Remember the day. Remember the scoreline. Spurs make a mockery of United. The scenes are amazing. The goals are mind-blowing. A game United is haunted by to this day. Speaking of haunting, our last video is the match that stood in the way of a great player and a haunted treasure. This particular game kept the entire world at the edge of their seats. Number 1, Argentina versus France. It was the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. It was Argentina up against France. Who would win it all? The world asked. It's Messi against Mbappe, the present versus the future. Who has what it takes to win? And so the kickoff whistle was blown. A first-half dominant display by Messi and Argentina. It looked like the prize Messi has been in search of all his life was now at his fingertips. Kylian Mbappe had other ideas. It proved to be a game of 2 halves. Incredible! Mbappe with a brace. Now it's anyone's game. On to extra time. Oh my! Messi with his second and Mbappe with his third. It's a fight to the death. Messi and Mbappe have battled with their last blood. The strikers have done their best. It's on to the goalkeepers. Penalty shootout. Martinez dances. Messi sinks to the ground. Argentina wins the shootout. Argentina are champions of the world. That night in Saudi Arabia will forever remain the greatest and most unforgettable football match ever played in history. The night Lionel Messi cements himself as the greatest of all time. And there you have it. We've taken you on a roller coaster of memorable games. Do you know any match that should have made this list? Let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell. There's no foul plays here. Speaking of foul plays, check out the dirtiest fouls in football's history. Click on the video below. Click on it. Do it now.